Do you know what today is? It's White History Wednesday. Hey, how you doing? It's your girl Maya Lamise. And for those of you who are new here, this is White History Wednesday, specifically made for the people who said, why do black people need an entire month to tell their history? And for that, I give you 52 days. You ready to hear it? Here it go. So I just came up with a new theory that I wanted to just run by y'all to see how y'all felt about it. They used slavery to cover up the fact that they were predators. Just think about it. Buck breaking. We talked about that a few weeks ago. Buck breaking is when they took a black male and humiliated him in front of everybody by raping him and emasculating him in front of the entire family. Let's not talk about them raping the female slaves, even if they were minors. And let's get into them having children with said slaves and then selling their children. Predatory than a motherfucker. White History Wednesday. Have you heard of Lillian Buckley Wheeler? She was born in Mississippi. When she got older, her and her husband moved to Colorado, where she became the first black woman ever to be licensed as a barber in the state. She opened up her own shop in Dahlia Square, which was one of the biggest black-owned shopping centers in America. She not only became the first and made history, but she reached back and touched a few people, okay? She trained new barbers and she served her community. This is very important because right now we have a bunch of successful people, or at least what we believe to be successful, but they're not reaching back and touching their communities. That's why I think they make who they make celebrities. I think you got to pass a certain type of test to be a celebrity. Like these independent artists are way different because they reach out and touch. Like Lil Russell, love him. Chance the Rapper, look out for his people. It's a few different independent artists that actually do stuff in their communities, but I feel like more can be done from celebrities with way more money. But we're not gonna get into it. Y'all can just go watch Billie Eilish video because she been going in on these billionaires. Okay. White History Wednesday. Now, did you know the game Phase 10, which I actually personally love that game? It was created by a black man. Sure was. I would tell you his name, but I would encourage you to do your own research. Don't ever just take my word for it. Go look it up and then come back. Matter of fact, look it up. Come back and drop his name in the comments. I know it. It's right here. I just want to make sure you know it. A black man made Phase 10. Rosa Parks' husband, Raymond Arthur Parks, was a self-taught barber and he used his shop to fight for justice. Now, the one thing they don't like more than black people, is black people standing up for themselves, because him fighting for justice caused him to lose his shop. So they like to leave certain people out, like Martin Luther King brother that we talked about a few weeks ago. But Rosa Parks' husband was actually an activist too. He stood up for the Scottsboro boys, and of course he stood up for his wife, and that's what caused him to lose his job as a barber. White History Wednesday. The more you know, right? So I know y'all heard of the brown paper bag test. This is why colorism exists today, right? So the brown paper bag test was used to deny some black people access to positions. This is important because we as black people, we still deal with a lot of colorism, especially within our own community. And I just want y'all to listen to something that they used to say back in the day. They used to say, if you're white, you're white. If you're white, you're right. If you're brown, you can stick around. And if you're black, get back. Yeah, I would have had to get back because I'm chocolate. But colorism is something that our community needs to stop. We are all black. It don't matter if you're light skinned, it don't matter if you're dark skinned, it don't matter if you're Jamaican, it don't matter if you're from Barbados, it don't matter if you're from Haiti. We're black. White History Wednesday. Now, have y'all ever heard of reckless eyeballing? Like, have y'all heard of that? Reckless eyeballing. Um, so that is the improper looking at of a European immigrant person. That was a real thing. That was a real law. That was a thing, right? So in 1951, a man by the name of Matt Ingram was arrested and convicted of reckless eyeballing. Sounds crazy, right? I know it sounds crazy to me too. A 17-year-old girl by the name of Willa Jean Boswell said that Ingram scared her when he looked at her from about 75 feet away. He scared her when he looked at her from over 75 feet away. White History Wednesday, because this is where the white woman tears come in at, because they wanted to convict him of assault with intent to grape her. All he did was look at her. All he did was look at her. White History Wednesday. Now, Macon Boyling Allen was the first Black lawyer and judge in America. He challenged systemic racism by mastering the legal system, and he broke barriers because they told him he couldn't vote. He fought them on it. He argued a case. And I say that, and I feel like this is a very important thing because we have lawyers, we have doctors, we have everything we need to survive. The only thing we don't have is like hospitals and stuff like that. But we have enough people to work in hospitals because we are the ones working the jobs. Which means that if we come together with these billionaires and millionaires that are on the same page, we can build our own community and become, and not become, but form generational wealth for all of us, not just our own personal family, but for all of us. You know what generational wealth would do in the Black community if all of us, and I'm not saying we have to be filthy rich, but I'm just saying, like, for us to be comfortable paying bills and everything like that. Do you know what generational wealth would do for us? It'll stop a lot of violence, because violence is because people go without. People rob because they don't have. People steal because they don't have. People do other things because they don't have. So when they have, what do you think gonna happen? White History Wednesday. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe across all platforms, as well as don't forget my new merch done drop. My new merch done drop. I'm on vacation, but when I come back from vacation, that's when your order's gonna come out. So go ahead and go on my website, beyondnormal.com, and order you a shirt or a hoodie or six. Okay? We're building generational wealth. We just talked about this, right? Are you listening? Love y'all. Have a good day.